Good day. This is a vlog presentation related to our STS subject, and we will tackle three topics in this video. So we will talk about nanotechnology, genetically modified organisms, and climate change. So I hope you learned something and enjoy.
Good day everyone, I am Erickson Folio. I'm going to discuss nanotechnology and why is it a double-edged sword. Nanotechnology, the manipulation of matter at the nanoscale, presents both remarkable opportunities and potential challenges for society. The essence of nanotechnology. Defining nanotechnology. Nanotechnology involves the manipulation and study of matter at the nanoscale, dealing with special properties at the supramolecular scale. Key dimensions. Understanding nanotechnology requires considering tangible objects like materials, devices, and systems. Passive and static objects. The nanoparticles, energy-inducing devices, and direct nanotechnology, or the material structured at nanoscale components. Nanotechnology. Applications in medicine. First, effective drugs. Nanotechnology aids in developing more effective drugs using X-ray lasers to simulate mechanisms that destroy cancer cells with drug-bearing nanoparticles. It targets cancer cells, penetrates them, and releases the drug directly inside to destroy them, helping patients avoid the widespread damage caused by traditional chemotherapy or radiation. Second, molecular surgery. Nanobots can employ molecular processes within cells, delivering drugs to specific sites or even performing surgery at a molecular level. Example of this is a brain surgery. Nanobots perform brain surgery by navigating to precise sites, entering cells, repairing or removing damaged tissue at the molecular level, and then safely exiting or biodegrading. Third, disease diagnosis. Screening devices using nanotechnology can diagnose prevalent contagious diseases like HIV, AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis. A nanotech-based paper strips test, similar to a pregnancy test, uses nanoparticles to detect HIV or malaria biomarkers from a drop of blood, delivering fast, low-cost, and accurate results without the need for lab equipment. It's like we experience in Blood Month in the gym. A HIV rapid test is a nanoparticle-enhanced immunoassays that's widely available now, very fast and accurate for screening. But it's different from the futuristic nanobot devices still in research. Now we move on in the environmental application. First, water purification. Nanomaterials in water purification system and membrane technology provide variable pore size filters. Nanomaterials improve water purification by creating membranes with tunable pore size, allowing precise filtration of pollutants, bacteria, and viruses for cleaner, safer water. Self-cleaning surfaces. Nanoparticles create heat resistance on self-cleaning surfaces, repelling water and preventing stain. Example of this is a building coated with titanium oxide. Nanoparticles gain heat resistance on self-cleaning surfaces that repel water, prevent stain, break down pollutants using sunlight, reducing maintenance, improving durability, and lowering the need for harmful cleaning chemicals, thus benefiting the environment. Third, agriculture. Nanotechnology is used to bred crops with high levels of micronutrients and to detect pests. Crops enhanced with nanotechnology have higher levels of essential micronutrients and can detect pests early, improving yield, reducing pesticide use, and promoting sustainable farming practices that protect the environment. And that's all for my part. I will pass it to the next reporter, Ms. Irene Morales.
Good day, everyone. I am Irene Morales, your next reporter. I will be discussing nanotechnology for environmental sustainability. First, clean and soil. Titanium dioxide nanoparticles remove toxic or arsenic cheaply and easily. Tiny particles called titanium dioxide can remove poisonous chemicals like arsenic from water and soil. They makes the water safe to drink and soil good for farming. Like for examples, like using a sponge to soak up the dirty water. So the nanoparticles soak up or clean the portions. Second is radiation detection. A nanosensor quickly found the radiation leak at Fukushima. So, a special nanosensor can quickly find radiations or a dangerous form of energy from nuclear plants. This sensor helped detect radiation leaks during the Fukushima disaster in Japan. The third is remove harmful chemicals. Tiny metals particles like PO and PNE break down toxic pesticides and solvents. So, some nanoparticles made of iron or PO or iron nickel or known as PNE can break down toxic chemicals like pesticides and solvents found in polluted soil or water. And the fourth is kill bacteria. Tiny metal particles like PO and PNE break down toxic pesticides and solvents. So, silver nanoparticles can kill bacteria very well. Their power depends on their size and shape. Fifth is cleaner and greener productions. Nanotech helps factories use less energy and raw materials and supports renewable energy. So, nanotechnology helps factories use less electricity and materials. It also helps in creating clean energy like solar panel and wind power. And the last is in the Philippines. DOST, or known as a Department of Science and Technology, supports nanotech for medicines, farming, clean energy, and public education. So, the Department of Science and Technology, or known as the DOST in the Philippines, supports research in nanotechnology. They fund projects in areas like health, like energy, health, and agriculture to improve the lives of Filipino. So, that's all my report. Thank you.
Challenges of nanotechnology. Nanotechnology offers incredible potential, but its rapid development has outpaced our understanding of its risks. Environmental effects. Nanoparticles, being incredibly small, can easily escape detection and regulation, potentially contaminating the environment. Example of environmental effects. Imagine a sunscreen containing zinc oxide nanoparticles. When someone uses it and washes it off, these nanoparticles go down the drain. Human health impacts. Tiny size of nanoparticles allows them to penetrate deep into the lungs and potentially other organs, leading to unknown health consequences. Risk assessment. The difficulty in detecting and measuring particles makes assessment extremely challenging and expensive. Weighing benefits and risks. Nanotechnology offers incredible potential for innovation, stronger materials, more efficient energy sources, advanced medical treatment. Example of weighing benefits and risks. A new drug delivery system using nanoparticles themselves are toxic or cause unforeseen environmental damage. The ethical implications are profound. Further studies. It emphasized the need for further research to fully understand the long-term effects of nanotechnology. Example, graphene, a super strong and lightweight materials, is being explored for everything from electronics to construction materials. Microorganisms and nanomaterials. Studies have shown that some microorganisms can break down nanomaterials, potentially reducing their toxicity to the environment. Microorganisms and nanomaterials. Example, certain bacteria or fungi might be able to decompose graphene nanoparticles, making them less harmful to harmful environment.
So what's up everyone, I am Rodrigo Romaldo and I am to discuss about the genetically modified organism. So before we start, what is GMO? So GMO are living things like plants or animals whose genes have been changed by the scientists. It is done in a lab using method called genetic engineering. The goal is to give the organism new traits that it wouldn't naturally have. For example, a scientist can make a potato plant and it can resist pests and grows faster. So it can help for farmers to grow food faster and it can reduce crop damage. So might people gonna ask why GMO are used? So to answer that question, it is increased food production and also it can make plants resistant to insects and disease. And lastly, it would probably grow food last longer and it has a better nutrition. And probably they are gonna ask, are there problem in GMO? And to answer that question, yes. Some people worry about that because it might harm environment and it also can affect human health and probably it can reduce the variety of plants to grow. So if you are wondering or to know about the history of GMO, I can give you some. Especially in 1953, DNA was discovered by Watson and Crick. And in 1973, Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen made the first genetically modified bacteria. And lastly, in 1982, the first GMO product, insulin, was approved for medical use. So that is the end of my topic. Hope you have understand my discussion.
Good day, everyone. My name is Catherine Islandel, and I will be continuing the report about genetically modified organisms. So, starting 1999, there were over 100 million acres worldwide which were planted with genetically engineered seeds. This would include rice, corn, or any other genetically engineered seeds or crops. And in 2000, golden rice was developed in the Philippines to address vitamin A deficiency, which is a public health issue in Asian countries where rice is a staple food crop. But this introduction of golden rice was opposed by environmental and anti-globalization advocates because this GMO, or genetically modified organism, was thought to compromise food production, nutrition, and financial security. There are many reasons why GMO was opposed by and argued by many people. So there were numerous GMOs produced all over the world. Yet science agrees that the majority of mutations attempted on a species have the probability of failing miserably. and the individual plant or animal would not survive. So of course, when it comes to making or creating these GMOs, you are genetically modifying or genetically engineering DNA or a part of a species or a plant or animal, and it had a major possibility, a major chance of failing, and this would mean that the plant or the animal which they use to test and to create these GMOs would not survive.
Good day everyone, I am Erica Rahil and my report is all about gene therapy. So gene therapy is a method of inserting genes or nucleic acid into cells as a drug to treat genetic diseases. It is a medical technique that involves the genes inside a person's cells to treat or prevent disease. And the goal for gene therapy is to correct defective genes responsible for disease development or modify genes to help treat a condition. Despite its potential, gene therapy is being improved because it has some issues, and here's one of the issues. Efficiency of delivery system. Genes must deliver into the correct cells, and that's not easy. Why? Often viruses are used as carriers, called vectors, to deliver the new gene, and the problem is this: viruses can cause immune reactions, or the body might reject them. Also, it's hard to target only one disease cells without affecting healthy ones. And that's all for gene therapy.
Good evening all. So I'm Jabril. Welcome to my videos will explain about ethical issues in genetic engineering. So here's some hypotheses of issues in ethical issues. Ethical issues related to agriculture risks to the food web are very real. Ethical concern around GM technology, any pesticide or herbicide from the crop could harm animals and other organisms in the environment.
Good day everyone, my name is Jay Gumalas and I'm gonna discuss about climate change. So what is a climate change? The climate change refers to the global change caused by burning fossil fuels which release greenhouse gases or GHGs into the atmosphere. So these gases trap heat and warm the earth, leading to the global warming. Here are the key examples of greenhouse gases include carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen, man-made compounds like CFC and HFC, while some are natural human activities significantly increase their concentration. So here are some reasons why the climate change is evolving. So we have the deforestation. It contributes by releasing stored carbon and destroying wildlife habitats. Climate change results in melting polar ice caps, disrupting oceans currents and altering the Earth reflectively, and rising sea level. It also impacts wildlife such as causing battle infestation and habitat loss for polar bears, and this change leads to unpredictable weather and ecological imbalance globally. This is the end of my report, and thank you everyone for learning my discussion, and hope you learned something, and good day. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Kate Angel A. Versade, and my topic is all about stratospheric ozone depletion and acid deposition. Stratospheric ozone depletion refers to the reduction of ozone in the stratosphere, which protects Earth from harmful ultraviolet rays. Stratospheric ozone depletion happens when the ozone layer in the stratosphere becomes thinner. This layer is very important because it protects us from the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. Normally, ang ozone ga-form o ga-breakdown naturally through UV light reactions para mabalance na siya. But tungod sa human activities like paggamit og mga refrigerants like refrigerator and air conditioner, aerosol sprays o fire retardants, which nag-release ta og substances nga maka-create og free radicals like chlorine and bromine. Acid deposition happens when sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides reacts with moisture and particles in the air, forming acids that fall to the ground as rain or dust. Acid deposition happens when gases like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides coming from cars, factories, or power plants reacts with water vapor in the air.
So good day everyone, I'm Reverend Johan and I will discuss about environmental awareness. What is environmental awareness? Environmental awareness means knowing that our actions affect nature and understanding how to take care of the earth. So what is climate change? Climate change is when the earth's weather and temperature change in a big way. One big reason is too much carbon dioxide in the air. So carbon dioxide comes from burning fuels like coal, oil, and gas in the cars and factories. So there are ways to help the environment. So first is use renewable energy. So use energy from the sun, wind, or water instead of gas or coal. So example of this is solar panels on your roof. Use sunlight to power your house. So second is make homes more energy efficient. So use less power at home by keeping it cool or warm without using too much electricity. So example of this is close windows when the air condition is on. So third is save water. So don't waste water when brushing your teeth or washing dishes. So example of this is turn off the tap while brushing your teeth. Fourth is use LED bulbs. So these bulbs are less electricity and last longer. So example of this is replacing your regular bulb with a LED bulb can save money and energy. So last is drive cleaner vehicles. So use electric cars or carpool to reduce pollution. So example of this is sharing a ride with friends to school or work instead of taking separate cars. So why working together matters? So the earth is shared by everyone, air, water, and water. Don't stay in one place. So climate change affects all countries. So we must work as a team to fix it. So example of this is if one country pollutes the air, nearby countries also suffer. So that's why teamwork is important. So that's all for my part. Have a good day everyone. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Rodin Cardenas and today I'll be talking about disaster risk management. Number 1, Typhoon Haiyan or Yolanda hit the Philippines in November 2013, causing 6,340 deaths. Typhoon Yolanda was a very strong typhoon that struck the Philippines in November 2013. It was so powerful that around 6,340 people died. The hardship experienced by the people, especially in the Visayas area, was overwhelming. Number 2, the disaster exposed the lack of disaster risk reduction and weak evacuation plans, especially in Tacloban, where aid was delayed and chaos followed. This strategy showed that we were greatly unprepared. There were no clear evacuation plans, and the disaster response was weak, especially in Tacloban. Aid was delayed, and because of this, chaos broke out in the area. Number 3, the event showed the need for effective disaster risk management plans to reduce damage from future typhoons. Because of what happened, people realized the need for a clear and strong disaster risk management plan. If there is a plan in place, we can prepare in advance and minimize the damage in case another calamity, like a typhoon, occurs. Number 4, in response, the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Plan or NDRRMP 2011 to 2018 was revisited. Due to the shortcomings in the system, the government decided to revisit and review the NDRRMP. This is the nationwide plan aimed at improving disaster management from 2011 to 2018. Number 5, The NDRRMP focuses on building community resilience, strengthening government capacity, and preparing for climate-related disasters to protect citizens and promote sustainable development. The NDRRMP is a plan that helps communities become stronger and more ready for disasters. It also helps the government improve how it responds to emergencies, especially those caused by climate change, so that people stay safe and the country can keep growing in a good way. Okay, that's end my report on disaster risk management. I hope you learned the importance of being proper and how proper planning can save lives during disasters. Thank you for listening.